Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Davo, Tom and Callum here for the podcast, so we've got a bit of exclusive content for you today.
Yeah, the other day I bravely admitted that a kangaroo was hot. And I know it sounds a little bit odd without context, but basically this kangaroo in Mildura tried to drown a dog, and there's a video of it, and the kangaroo's ripped. The kangaroo's hot.
It's massive.
This guy is vascular.
Yeah.
He's got veins for days.
Yeah, it's pretty staunch. What's funny as well was that one of our producers chucked up on the Instagram, because you were trying to be kind of discreet about it, Dave, and sort of bring it up like casually or whatever.
Oh, for a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh,
Yeah, not really ham down on it too much. But then one of our producers chucked on the Instagram a pretty blatant, Davo thinks this kangaroo is hot.
I think he got the wrong idea from the off-air chat about this kangaroo. I mean, when you said you want to jump in his pouch and be his Joey,
say that.
I thought that was crossing a line, but...
Yeah.
Did want to call that kangaroo daddy. Far out.
But so it became obvious, and you did sort of vet it around the workplace and ask what other people thought about the kangaroo, and there were other people that thought, yeah, the kangaroo's hot.
Yeah, man, I'm not alone there. But we were talking about these other things, these other non-human things that we find hot. And we sort of landed on cartoons.
Yeah.
And some cartoon characters that, you're growing up, even now you look back and go, yeah, they're hot.
Some of them you look back at them now and you're like, crikey, that is one thick bunny.
Yeah.
When you're looking at Lola Bunny in Space Jam.
Yeah.
Like, come on. They knew what they were doing. I mean, even Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles. She is incredible.
I mean, teeny tiny waist, thick ass.
Yeah. Yeah, she is thick ass.
Even what about Wonder Woman? I mean, go down the superhero range, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Who else have you got? You got, your classic like TV shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy.
You find Marge.
Marge doesn't look too bad.
Young Marge is sexy as with the long hair.
Yeah.
When it's like down.
That's it,
Yeah,
exactly
straight.
right.
Yeah.
She's hot. I mean, when I was growing up, Aladdin.
Oh, yeah.
Aladdin.
Yeah, he had these thick forearms that I just thought, ooh, baby.
Huge. I'm looking up hot cartoon characters, and Squidward's
I wanted
popped
to
up.
be that little monkey.
Squidward.
Squidward, the man, yeah.
Yeah,
He must be
okay.
hung.
Squidward.
Squidward tentacles.
Oh, no, Squidward's not hot. And he doesn't even have big dick energy. Let's be
What do
honest.
you mean? Squidward, he's got 8 big dick energies.
Yeah, he's got heaps of tentacles.
Yeah. I'd let Squidward slurp on me.
Yuck, you would
You're
not.
hoping for a laugh.
Yeah, a little suction cap from his tentacle.
I'll tell you who is on the top of the list. I'll tell you the top 3 for hottest cartoon characters, and it is by a voting system. Like people have, it goes up to about 20,000 votes.
Yep.
Next. Black Widow is the third one
I don't
from
know Black Widow.
the Marvel universe.
That's Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. But that's not a
Black Widow.
cartoon.
Yeah.
No.
And then Starfire is number 2. Another sort of
Teen Titans.
Yeah. And
she's hot.
number 1 is Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Jessica
the
Rabbit.
obvious
In
choice.
the
Her
red
and-
dress.
She's a sex symbol.
Jessica Rabbit and Mrs. Incredible are the 2 obvious choices, aren't they?
You know one that's not so obvious, but I know there's a lot of ladies out there that will agree? Simba, when he grew up.
Simba.
Simba in The Lion King.
I don't know.
He was charming. He's cute. He's got a big smile.
This is where it gets concerning, Davo,
Nah.
because this kicked off with a real-life kangaroo, and now you're going to one of the more realistic cartoon animals.
You literally spoke about Lola Bunny.
Next
Yeah,
to
Lola
you-
Bunny at least has human-like qualities.
Simba could stand on his hind legs.
Simba walks on all fours.
could stand on those hind legs.
Look, we know you've got the fancies for Kangaroo Jack, but he's an animation kangaroo.
Oi, unpopular one. This might shock you. What about Bessie the cow from Barnyard?
Let me look.
I
Let me
mean,
look.
I
let
like
me
the
look.
sound of her. She sounds like a good
Bessie the
woman.
cow. Oh, yeah, she's
Cow.
she's got something about her for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, girl. She's not taking any crap. Look it up.
See,
Jeez. I reckon a lot of ladies wouldn't mind Bessie either, if you know what I mean. All right.
we need to get out of
Yeah,
here.
come
This
on.
has already been very incriminating. Let's
Yeah.
get into the podcast.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Guys, the other day I stumbled across a certain video that really it rang true with me quite a bit. I figured, I discovered that this is something I do almost every time, and it is is edging the microwave.
Sorry? What does that mean?
Go on.
So-
Go on. Let him speak.
Edging is a term usually coined in a different kind of practice that happens in the bedroom, but it's when you get something so close to being done, but then you just stop it. So this video I've come across with the microwave is basically a guy letting the timer drop to 1 second and then opening the door so the alarm doesn't go off like this.
You thought I was going to let you finish? Not today.
God, is our boss in today? Surely he's not up yet listening. Yeah, very funny. I mean, if you look at the videos, I was giving the microwave a bit of a stroke.
Yeah. But what I've discovered is this is something I do every time with the microwave. I never let it go all the way to the end and let that timer play out. I see it on 1 second, and I don't even open it on like the minute it hits one. I let it go for like half a second to see if I can get the full amount of cook time before I, pull it out.
Right before zero. I mean, if you let it hit zero...
The food, Davo. Come on.
I mean, hey, if you let it hit zero and you let it go too long, it could be a bit of a splattery mess. It's probably better you take it out sooner than later.
No, but I started...
Callum, pull your head in.
The more I thought about this, the more I thought I can't... If there's someone making a viral video on this, I can't be the only one that doesn't let the microwave finish.
I never do. I don't like the sound of the alarm. No way.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I do it as well. Like, I think the alarm is just so annoying. There's just something in your brain, right, that you don't, like, I don't know, you just, you don't want it to have the satisfaction of hitting zero.
I think the worst part of the microwave timers is that once it goes off, if you open up the door, it will still play out a beep, even once the door's open.
I think it's also
Kills
a
me.
bit of a thing with authority. Like, you don't want to be told that you're now going to get the food out of there.
You're a slave to the microwave.
You want to get ahead of it, and so then you've got it done, without it being told what to do.
This inanimate object won't tell me what to do.
Absolutely not.
Do you let the microwave finish?
I thought the question was going to be, are you secretly having an intimate relationship with the microwave like Tom is? It sounds like it's going down that path.
We got a text in here. Someone said, in regards to the microwave reaching zero, I thought I was the only one. Nobody's got time for all that hooting and hollering.
You're right. Nobody does have time for the hooting and hollering. We're going to go to the phone lines here and find out what the people of Adelaide think. Do we let the microwave finish? We're going to go to Joe in Prospect. Joe, good morning to you. Do you let the microwave finish, Joe?
No, I'm so impatient. My food's hot on the outside, cold on the inside. We're just going with it.
Jeez, how far down do you let it run then? Not all the way to one?
Maybe like 5 seconds.
Wow.
Like I'm doing the impatient dance as it's counting down, but I need my food.
Jeez, 5 seconds. I feel like the last 5 seconds are pretty crucial, though, for that extra bit of warmth.
Yeah, I mean, once you mix it all up, you're good.
Joe, have you always been like this? Have you always edged the microwave?
I think so, yeah. Pretty patient.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of us have as well. Good to know we've got someone else on our side here of not letting the microwaves finish. Thanks for getting involved, Joe.
Cheers.
Okay, so far it's looking like everyone is the same.
Yeah, impatient people.
Impatient Adelaideans. We're going to go to Josh in Virginia. Josh, mate, do you let the microwave finish?
Nah, mate, I leave it down to the 1 second like everyone else seems to do, but then I get annoyed. When I got to start it back up because I have to clear it and then do a new, a new time schedule.
So true.
Yeah.
So you're almost adding more time to the procedure by doing the clear and all that.
That's right, yeah.
You can't have everything.
That laugh. This is evil.
Josh,
Poor microwave.
Yeah, how have you, what is it? Why won't you let it finish? Is it the beep that annoys you, or is it just not letting the machines take control?
No, we just can't let the machines control us, I don't think.
Yeah, damn straight. They're not going to tell us what to do.
Good stuff, Josh.
Will not be a slave to the robots. I will not
Absolutely
let my
not.
kids grow up in that world.
I'll see you at the Resistance meeting tonight. Good on you, Josh. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Hey, we're going to go to Celeste in Findon. Celeste, do you let the microwave finish? Good morning.
I always let the microwave finish, but it's my husband that likes to leave 3 or 4 seconds left on the microwave.
Oh, of course
so
he
I'll
does.
come along. Yeah, of course. So then I'll come along with my cup of coffee to heat up. I put it in thinking, oh, yes, I've got 30 seconds. I push start. And as I walk away, I hear beep, beep, beep. And it just drives me insane. Then I have to turn around and start again, all because he can't leave it to go to the end.
Well, I mean, that's even just not clearing the numbers. You gotta be clearing that 1 second if you're walking away from it.
Right.
But yeah,
And
How's clear the numbers for me?
and how's the marriage going, Celeste? All good, or?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't do all that microwaving in the bedroom.
First you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
As we know, the dating scene is the Hunger Games out there. Well, so
yes.
I've heard. I mean, I don't really dive in there too often.
When you step in the jungle.
When you step in the jungle, exactly.
It is like the Hunger Games. Sure.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got the apps, people cancelling, tiptoeing around what they really want. Well, there could be a solution to this, and it comes in the form of clothing. So I know you might be thinking arseless chaps.
yeah.
It's not that, boys.
Damn
Take it to the old school.
I'll have to move some stocks around.
I've got my whole shed is full of them. I thought they were coming back.
They're pure leather too.
So, as we know, friend of the show, digital producer Gavin, he sent me one of the most breathtaking targeted ads I think I've ever seen. And Gavin is a single bloke. He likes to get out and about, and this targeted ad absolutely knew it.
Yeah.
So it is in the form of a T-shirt with a giant QR code on the back and big bold writing that basically says,
Would you go to bed with me?
in a lot less words.
About two words, isn't it?
2 words. Yeah. You can try and guess what those words would be, Fresh Fam.
So, that's like the new age, though. This is, obviously intended like in the targeted ad that it's at festivals and things like that, that, you assume you're in big crowds, you want to ease and maximise the efficiency of it all. People just come up, take pictures. At the end of the day, you have a browse. I've got all these people I can chat up.
Well, that's just it. So what it does is when someone gets the camera on the QR code, it takes them to their Instagram profile. And so then you can go into their DMs and say, "G'day there. I saw you before and you are red hot."
It would take a special kind of person to come up to you while you're wearing... One, it would take a special person to wear this T-shirt out in public. And two, imagine what the kind of person you'd have to be to walk up to someone and scan their QR
I think
code.
it's a bit off as well that all these people you'd be browsing through at the end of the day have, just not said a word to you. They haven't said anything to you. They've just taken a picture of you from a distance.
See, I love the confidence in the two of you saying that you're going to have a bunch of people in the DMs after you've worn
I don't think
this
we ever said a
T-shirt.
bunch. I don't think we ever
You
said
just
a bunch.
You ain't going through all the DMs. You literally just said that.
All could mean a varying
I
number.
think-
It could mean a varying number. I'm not saying it's a huge number.
But I honestly think what would be worse is if you wore this to a festival, you wore it all day, you're excited to check your DMs when you get some
Godzilch.
internet reception, and you got nothing.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Now, we've got a special guest here in the studio right now. It is our gorgeous, gorgeous Scottish producer, Adele. Good morning.
Good morning, Adele. How are you?
Morning. Good, thank you.
Oh,
Good.
we're very excited to have you on the mic, babe.
I mean, it's come to our attention, Adele, just through a discussion the other day. We were talking about, whenever you accidentally kiss someone, and you did have a riveting story to tell.
I did. I thought I'd left this back in Scotland. It's followed me to the other side of the world.
Well, sorry to pry it out of you. Sorry to bring up the experience.
Yeah, so I, for any people out there who've had lip filler, which I've had a few times in my life, you quite often get numbed. They put numbing cream in your lips, and they wipe it off, and it feels really weird. But, when they're putting the lip filler in, the needles, you do drool quite a lot. You dribble at the side of your mouth.
It's a glorious, gorgeous, gorgeous
Super
process, isn't it?
attractive.
Yeah.
You look it's like a rabid squirrel or something. So my nurse, who I didn't know very well at all, she'd started injecting me, and I thought she'd finished, and I went to kind of like suck the saliva away from the
Once
side of my
again,
mouth.
gorgeous.
Basically ended up kissing her finger. She like went to wipe some blood away, and I ended up kissing her finger. And we
Just
just
a
had
little
this-
gentle kiss?
I was like, no. She's like, she didn't notice, and she went, "Do you just kiss my finger?" And my friend's like sitting on the other side of the room waiting her turn, also looking like a rabid squirrel. Yeah, I've never lived it down, to be honest. I thought about it every day for like 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where you just will replay in your head forever because it is so embarrassing. It's so earnest. It was a little kiss, wasn't it? Like a little,
Just a peck.
little peck.
Gentle.
No
gorgeous.
Yeah.
No
tongue. Well, thank God.
It almost seems worse that it's a gentle peg. That it's, I don't know, there's something about the subtleness of it that's more romantic, and I love that she brought it up as well.
She never let me forget it either. I went to her for like 8 years after that, and we did become good friends. But she still never let me forget it because it was like the third time I'd ever met this woman.
Maybe she was angling for another kiss, babe.
Maybe.
But I will make you feel a bit better because this happened to me. This can happen quite often with awkward greetings because, you know, sometimes you go in for the hug, the kiss, whatever. But when I used to work at Flight Centre, I don't know what came over me. I had a regular customer come in and I walked in to greet him with a handshake, but something flipped and I kissed him on the neck.
Oh God! You gave your client a hickey.
Was that a gentle kiss again?
It was, yeah, a real gentle, like,
yeah, on the neck.
welcome
There's
back.
something a bit sensual
Let's sort
about
out your
that.
trip to
Did
Bali.
you address that one? Did you end up talking about that one with him, or was
way.
it just sit down, get him on that flight out of this country?
Absolutely, get him out ASAP.
Look, this does happen very often, doesn't it? Accidentally kissing people, and that's why we're opening up the phone lines here. Who'd you accidentally kiss? Plenty of people getting involved on the text line right now. Somebody's texted in saying, I accidentally kissed my uncle. I went for the cheek kiss as he turned his head.
Nah.
I also then pulled away and he went in again. So I kind of also kissed his neck.
Yuck.
Christmas was horrible. I just had to drink to forget it all.
Yeah.
Uncle Roger over at the table, no good.
He's separated at the end of the table. Someone else said, I tried to do an air kiss with my friend's mum, who I was meeting for the first time, but she pulled me in for a hug, and so it ended up being a hard kiss on the ear.
Nah.
The
On the
ears
ear.
that's a common spot, isn't it? To
Bit of a blunder.
Yeah.
Bit of a skip and miss.
Another text. Oh my God, this one just came in.
Oh, no.
I accidentally kissed my sister's twin sister.
Oh my God.
I think sister's twins must be girlfriend's twin sister. It was not subtle. I was tired and confused. Never lived that one down.
Jeez.
Tired and confused. No.
But it seems
I
like
don't
it
care
seems
how-
like the sister
I don't
part.
Not
care
buying it.
How identical they are. Like how confused could you possibly
No, but
it's a different person.
But also, the sister's partaking. Like she's, it sounds like
don't
she's
know.
kissing back.
You don't know.
Hey, we're going to cross over to Mount Barker. We've got Julie on the line. Julie, good morning. Who'd you accidentally kiss?
Yeah, guys. So I was in the shopping centre once, and my boyfriend and I had got split up down the aisles. And so I was looking for him down the aisles, and there was someone wearing the same hoodie as him with their back to me.
Oh, no.
Right.
And so I've, obviously run up behind him, grabbed him, and pulled his hood off and kissed him on the cheek.
Oh,
And,
man.
Shame. Yeah. Definitely not the same person, unfortunately.
Jeez, what was the reception like after that?
It was kind of uncomfortable. I sort of just apologised profusely and then ran off.
And then they've been married for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
What a way
the
to
friend
meet.
still lives with me today.
Thanks for getting involved, Julie. We appreciate it.
No worries, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hey, Mikey in Glenelg. Mikey, who'd you accidentally kiss, mate?
So it was when I was younger. I was probably maybe 6 or 7, and I was just playing around, like just in the lounge room, and like wrestling with my stepdad. And I don't know why, for some reason, it just slipped my mind that it wasn't my actual dad, and it wasn't like a full-on kiss. It was just like on his head, and I was mortified afterwards.
Mikey.
What did you call him Dad, or was there a bit of that in there, or
Not even. No,
Right.
It was just like a thing that completely slipped my mind in the moment, and I kind of had to backtrack and think, hang on a minute.
Time.
Did you keep playing around in the lounge room after that, or was that game over?
No, I
after
think
that?
that kind of it was weird after that.
It was weird for many years after that. Well, so
Oh,
is he still in the picture, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not anymore.
All right. I get older. The Davo, Tom, and Callum podcast stays the same age.
Now, Australians are very protective of staples in our culture, and I feel like a big one is food. There's classic Australian foods, whether it's even South Aussies get really protective of our own things.
Absolutely.
Frog cakes.
Yeah,
hello.
frog cakes, of course. You really attach yourselves to it. But one of them that's seen a little bit of a change and everyone's talking about it is the Ice Vovo biscuits from Arnott's.
Oh, great bickies.
Okay. See, I never really got into them. I'm not a jam
They're good.
gal.
They're good.
I love a bit of jam.
Definitely worth
Explain
getting
what
into.
they are. They're
So pretty much, they're like jam, cream, like biscuit, like iced, sort of laid over the top of the biscuit. It's
kind of like
got
a nice bit. You know those nice biscuits? Nice,
Yeah,
nice biscuits?
Nice biscuits, I think. Yeah, they got the pink sort of
Pink and-
coconut covering.
coconut
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, great biscuit. However, so the Ice Vovo...
Give me a minute.
Where is one? You've got some on you, don't you? Empty your pockets. You're packing. But yeah, the Ice Bobo is in question right now. It's people have discussed the fact that they reckon they've gotten a hell of a lot smaller and they've got a shrinkage problem. So apparently, and one person's gone as far to accuse it of dehydrating the Ice Bobo to make it smaller because it
Wow.
also tastes a little bit weird. Someone who hasn't eaten one in a decade is the source of investigation. He said he's come out. This is the credibility of the bloke. He's come out of the woodworks. He's like, I haven't eaten an Ice Vovo in 10 years, but I've gone back on it. I bought a packet, and he's like, I reckon they're smaller, and the coconut jam seems a lot firmer. This leads me to believe that they're dehydrated, and there's something going on in the Arnott's factory that they're screwing us over.
Something going on.
Making them a lot smaller.
Yeah, right. I mean, I feel like we find out often that things like this happen. People will change recipes or change something. I just stumbled across an article about an outraged Aussie grandfather accusing Arnott's of changing the recipe for the Scotch finger biscuits.
Oh, yep.
And he says he has proof to back it up. Anyway, as I read on, he said, when got my granddaughter in for a first ever Scotch finger bicky, and as he went to crack it in half, which obviously they have the line down the middle, crack two perfect little long lines of biscuit.
Twins.
Yeah. Then when he cracked it is when the horror ensued, and this is a quote from him. As I attempted to snap the Scotchy, biscuit after biscuit snapped along the horizontal, forming two ill-formed stubs, squat and squalid.
Yeah.
I covered my granddaughter's eyes as best I could, but she did glimpse the carnage, and I'm not sure if permanent psychological damage has been done.
Time to put a blanket on top of that biscuit and make sure the kids don't see it.
That's a grandfather that really takes his Scotch fingers seriously.
Well, it's fun. I was going to say it's funny you say that with the Arnott's, though, because, shortbread creams have, people are saying it's sickly and fake now. Someone's saying the orange creams are less cream and stale. To be honest, I think the orange creams have always been a bit of the shoddy ones in the Arnott's range.
You don't see them coming for Kingston's. If that goes wrong, then we are done for,
We
guys.
are doomed. I mean, remember when Shapes had the flavour change as well?
Oh, it was absolute outrage. We
what?
rose up as a community.
You know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe something is going on inside that Arnott's factory.
Foot over there. Yeah.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
So the other day we mentioned in the show that you need to get your tax done by the 31st of October because apparently fines of up to $1,500 will be going out to people. So, of course, when I read that, I got a bee in my bonnet and thought, better get my tax done from last year.
Yeah. Better catch up.
Classic. I don't know, man. I feel like
I've been evading for 10 years. I
No,
need to get back on that.
I don't know what's been going on with me lately, but I definitely feel this hot mess express choo-choo I'm coming through rising up within me because I'm just not getting things right. But I decided, obviously, the news headline triggered me to go and figure out how to get my tax done. So I called an accountant that I used to go with. No luck. They're booked out until the next year. So then I found another one online. I thought I'll send off an email inquiry, which I did. And they looked like a pretty professional establishment.
Yep.
24 hours later, got the response back from them. And
Good stuff.
let me tell you, in this professional email, I've never seen a more offensive email sign-off. Now, you would think sometimes it would be like, cheers, thanks in advance, sincerely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Regards.
when I do it, it usually is just the standard cheers.
Yeah.
Or have a good day. It's very,
I'm more
very
of a Cheerio kind of
Cheerio.
guy.
Yeah. And then you put a picture of a box of Cheerios. It's really elaborate.
Well, this one was none of that. What it said was, let me know if you want to book this in.
Good.
Have a spooktabulous day. With a pumpkin emoji next to it.
Right, getting in the Halloween spirit.
No! You are a professional establishment. I don't want to have a spooktabulous day.
What I love, when you got this email, I was sitting next to you and you showed me immediately with a little bit of disgust in your voice.
Horrendous.
But it didn't stop there, because the email signature at the bottom, which is like, you know how...
The banner.
Yeah, the banner at the bottom for their workplace. They've obviously done they must love Halloween here, because they've done a Halloween themed banner at the bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
Where like it's the accountant's face in like a little pumpkin.
Yeah.
And then it was all these like, it was like orange with all these bats flying around and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty detailed, isn't it? Imagine if he just did his
It's a lot for one day of the year, especially for a holiday we don't really celebrate here in Australia.
The signature is literally just Dracula. He's changed his name, not even using his real name.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Halloween in Australia at the best of times. I get that the Halloween style parties are a bit of fun, whatever,
Yeah.
but as a community, we haven't decided whether we're doing it or not,
I
know?
think it's more... See, I quite like Halloween. I like the idea of it, and I like the idea of bringing it to Australia. I think it's very fun. However, I think the problem that lies is how indecisive it is. Like you said, Davo, we haven't fully decided as a community whether Halloween's good or not.
Yeah, I mean, this accountant certainly has.
He loves it.
They're wishing everyone to have a spooktabulous day.
Does it put like a lack of faith into you that this person's going to be handling your money?
No, not at all. It can't be any worse than me.
Oh, have a spooktabulous day, Adelaide.
You're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
This morning I stumbled across a viral video from a few years ago. It was a proposal video. And look, I sort of threw it out there to you two as something to maybe talk about on the show, thinking that you would both go, nah, not interested.
Yeah.
Because the other day I showed you a viral video of a dog driving a car and both of you went, nah, whatever, I don't care about that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just think there was a human driving the car and it's just a coincidence, but I just didn't find it that interesting.
I know, which is crazy. A dog was driving a car.
It
I
wasn't
like the dog driving the car.
the car, though. There was a human behind it.
Okay. Well, anyway, I thought I'll throw this one out there, but it's a proposal video, so I don't think it's really going to pique either of your interests. But I sort of tried to explain it to you. Now, what the video is this man and woman, they're in a movie theatre and they're watching Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
And during the movie, all of a sudden, the characters sort of change and they look just like this couple sitting in the chair. And in the movie, they show the Prince Charming kneel down to give her the ring. Very beautiful, exciting. The wife starts sort of cottoning on. The husband stands up and all of a sudden a ring flies out of the screen and he catches it like it's come to life from the movie.
Yeah.
And then he proposes and she is so excited.
As you would be.
As you would be. Well, exactly, because what happened is I showed you two this video and I've never seen you actually pay attention to anything I've said ever in my life like this.
I think Davo made a comment at one point and Callum was like, shut up, it's not done.
Yeah.
I think you skipped ahead because I watched it the first time and then I was like, show Tom, and then you got Tom around the other side to watch the video, and then you accidentally skipped ahead to the spoiler bit where the ring seems to come out of the screen, and then I was like, what the hell are you doing? Go back because you're going to spoil it. I love the video. I thought it was great. I mean, if someone proposed to me like that, Jeez. Butterflies in the stomach.
Are you
Butterflies
listening,
in the stomach.
Tom? Are you listening? I think he's hinting.
No, it was a very wholesome,
It was
nice
good, wasn't
video.
it?
Even after she said yes, obviously, then on the movie it like showed him riding off into the sunset. But then it sort of stopped and it went to that, all the colours like red, green, white, and like the
End of the show
Yeah,
reel.
end of the show. And then it starts off like if she said no, and Mad World starts playing, and all the gnomes are looking really, really sad and upset that she said no, and they're like, no, cut it. She said yes.
Very funny. But I mean, like, obviously she was going to say yes to a proposal like that. But,
as Callum keeps saying.
Incredible.
He's winking at you, Tom.
It is nice that he had the backup there in case she did say no, but it was very funny. One of the best proposals I've seen. I feel like that's a new age of proposing to someone.
Yeah, so anyway, Callum, I booked in a movie at Palace Nova for 10:30 for us.
Great.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.